Alrighty, thank you once again to Alba and Alex for presenting a real life research example for how to use the IEDB, and then Alex with the analysis tools. As we mentioned, we go into a lot more detail on the prediction tools tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But we are at the end of day one of our 3-day event. So if you're still online, thank you so much. As I mentioned throughout the day, we do want to hear from you. Your feedback is important. I have just posted in the chat the day one survey link again. Basically, our resources aren't useful unless they're used by the research community. So that's why we want to make sure we continue to improve day in and day out to make sure everything that's available is useful to your needs. So definitely give us your feedback there. And we've already made some notes for things that you guys have mentioned today. So much appreciated. So that day one survey is in the chat. And then as a reminder, there will be a post-event survey. But that is the day one link. Thank you all. I know some people have already completed it. So again, much appreciated. Please take some time to complete the survey if you haven't though. And I just saw a question come through. Is today's recording available? Not yet. So as you can imagine, it's about 4 hours of content each day, 12 hours in total. And to make it a bit more consumable, we edit each video down into a chunk and upload that onto YouTube. So that does take a little bit of time. Thank you for bearing with us on that. It usually does take about a week post-workshop, 2 weeks, possibly this year with some other upcoming deadlines, but that will all be shared with you in the post-event survey, post-event email. Lastly here, some people have been sharing on Twitter or X, which we're super grateful for. If you haven't yet, please do follow us at IEDB_ and then post, something that you've learned today using the hashtag IEDBUW2024. We love to see it. In particular, I saw some fireworks out in the UK. So that's really awesome from Chris Thorpe. Thanks for that. But a quick recap of day one. About 4 hours ago, we started the day with Alex and ended the day with Alex. But at the start, he presented the database overview there, which kicked us off. Then we heard from Bjorn, our other principal investigator, who gave an analysis resource overview. After that, we heard from Randy on how to access the data in the IEDB and the various forms that can take. And then Kelly took us on a journey through one of our newest features, the custom data exports. And that one's there. And then most recently, we heard from Alba on how to use the IEDB in your research with a really practical example of what they did in the lab. And then just now we heard from Alex on the analysis tools. So with that, of our 3-day event, day one has officially come to a close. And as we mentioned, day two really takes a 4-hour deep dive into all of the epitope prediction tools, both the classic site and the next generation tools. And then we come back for day three with those specialized topics. So we did have a few questions around cancer research. That is the Cancer Epitope Database and Analysis resource that we've mentioned throughout. It is a sibling resource to the IEDB, so make sure you come back for that. Looking into the agenda for day two, I'll once again kick us off and do a quick overview of the analysis resource for those that are maybe just joining for day two. And then our bioinformatics core director, Jay, he's going to take us through the IEDB next generation tools and the T-cell class 1 tools, which include binding, processing, and immunogenicity. So it's about 5 tools packaged into one really great tool suite on the next gen. So definitely join for that. Then Dan, our bioinformatics specialist, will be presenting the next generation tool pipelines, the cluster and pep match tools. This is one of the most, I think, exciting features of the next generation tools, your ability to take the results of one tool and pipe it directly as input to the next tool. So definitely join for that. And then Bjorn will come back for the T-cell class 2 tools, the binding, processing, and immunogenicity, which will be on the classic site. After an extended Q&A there, because that's obviously quite a lot of material to cover, we'll take our 15-minute break. And then we'll come back and Eve, our bioinformatics postdoc, will present the B-cell epitope prediction tools. And then after that, Raphael and Mahida, two of our other postdocs, will be presenting the receptor tools, TCR match and BCR match. So these are kind of two sides of the same coin as well, which I think Bjorn had mentioned. Another Q&A there, and then we'll close off for day 2. So that's a little sneak peek for tomorrow. But if you have any additional questions, feel free to email us at help@iedb.org. We did our absolute best to answer everything today, but there are some questions that are really pertinent to tomorrow. So if that was you, please do come back tomorrow and post those in the Q&A for us to address. And with that, thank you all so much for joining us for day 1 of 3 of the 2024 user workshop. We hope to see you all tomorrow for day 2, and we appreciate your time and interest in the IEDB as always. Thanks, everyone.